Welcome back to WSFN by Stephanie Lindsay. I hope you came here because you want something for nothing. Thank you for joining me once again. Today we're going into 1 Kings chapter 5, 1 through 18. So let's get right to it. When Hiram, king of Tyre, heard that Solomon had been anointed king to succeed his father David, he sent his envoys. His envoys are his representatives. He sent his envoys to Solomon because he had always been on friendly terms with David. Solomon sent back this message to Hiram. You know that because of the wars waged against my father David from all sides, he could not build a temple for the name of the Lord his God until the Lord put his enemies under his feet. Meaning, David was too busy fighting and running. He wanted desperately to build this temple for God. He did. But that wasn't in God's plan. God wanted a peacemaker, not a warrior, to build his house of prayer. You can read that in 1 Chronicles 28, 2 and 3. Let's continue on. But now the Lord my God has given me rest on every side, and there is no adversary or disaster. I intend, therefore, to build a temple for the name of the Lord my God, as he told my father David, when he said, Your son, whom I will put on the throne in your place, will build the temple for my name. So give orders that cedars of Lebanon be cut for me. My men will work with yours, and I will pay your men whatever wages you set. You know that we have no one so skilled in felling timber as the Sidonians. And that's felling means cutting down. So there's nobody else he can go to because they are the best. So then, when Hiram heard Solomon's message, he was greatly pleased and said, Praise be to the Lord today, for he has given David a wise son to rule over this great nation. So Hiram sent word to Solomon, I have received the message you sent me, and will do all you want in providing the cedar and juniper logs. Cedar wood was used because it's a natural insect repellent. They don't have to worry about bugs chewing down the temple. And it's a versatile and durable hardwood. Not to mention it smells good. All right, and the juniper logs, they were also durable. It took 45 chops to get those to fall. So they were pretty strong wood. And Solomon knew it was going to be hard. He knew it was going to be hard work. And he was more than willing to pay Hiram's men to do this for him. My men will haul them down from Lebanon to the Mediterranean Sea and will float them as rafts by sea to the place you specify. There I will separate them, and you can take them away. And you are to grant my wish by providing food for my household. In this way, Hiram kept Solomon with all the cedar and juniper logs he wanted, and Solomon gave him 30,000 cores of wheat as food for his household, in addition to 20,000 baths of pressed olive oil. To let you know, 20,000 cores is about 3,600 tons of wheat. 20,000 baths of pressed oil is 120,000 gallons of pure olive oil. Solomon continued to do this for Hiram year after year. The Lord gave Solomon wisdom, just as he had promised him. there were peaceful relations between Hiram and Solomon. The two of them made a treaty. Now that's a formal agreement between countries. King Solomon conscripted, which is he enlisted laborers from all Israel, 30,000 men. He sent them off to Lebanon in shifts, 10,000 a month, so that they were spent 1 month in Lebanon and 2 months at home. Adoniram was in charge of forced labor. Solomon had 70,000 carriers and 80,000 stone cutters in the hills, as well as 3,300, which is about possibly, it said in some books that it was 3,600, but it's said in Second Chronicles 2 or chapter 2, verse 2 and 18. There it states that it's 3,600. Here in my Bible it says 3,300. So we'll just guesstimate in between 33 and 3,600. So as well as 33 to 3,600 foremen and who supervised the project and directed the workers. At the king's command, they removed from the quarry, and the quarry is a large deep pit. They removed large blocks of high-grade stone to provide a foundation of dressed stone for the temple. Now, dressed stone is quarried stone worked into shape and size that's required. So it's like, you know how you see a cobblestone road? That would be a regular quarry. But the ones where we see the red bricks, where they're shaped and it's a better or more even surface, those are the ones that are worked. They're the worked quarried stones. Okay, so the craftsmen of Solomon and Hiram and workers from Gebal and Byblos, or Gebal, Byblos, it's the same place. So it says Solomon and Hiram and workers from Byblos. They cut and prepared the timber and stone for the building of the temple. Now, Solomon drafted 3 times the number of workers he needed for the temple project, and he arranged their schedules, so they didn't have to be away from home for long. He didn't want them home from long periods of time, and that shows Solomon's concerns. It showed he was concerned about his workers and their welfare. Right? He showed the importance of family. We don't see that today. Not even in those huge companies that could easily hire 10 times the people they actually need. But not this greedy world. No way. The world of today, they're not seeing that the strength of a nation is in direct proportion of the strength of its families. If the families are happy, then imagine what the industries would accomplish. Imagine how much more successful they'd be. But Solomon, he was wise. He knew that. He knew that family would always be a top priority. And that's so awesome to know, that it can happen. Okay? So if you're in charge, you're in charge of people and you're in charge of making the schedule, watch for the impact your plans have for families. You can make everybody happy. You can. Okay, but everybody probably won't be, especially today. But there's a possibility. There is a way. If there's a God, which we know there's a way. All right? Because nobody's supposed to be unhappy here. Nobody. We're not. We weren't brought here for that. Okay, but like I was saying, Gabal and Bylos, it's the same place. They just had different names. Okay, and that concludes chapter 5 of First Kings. Once again, and as always, I thank you all for joining me. I pray that you're safe, you're well, and that we're all learning something from God with His scriptures. I appreciate you again. Y'all take care, and I hope you got something for nothing. God bless. Take care, peeps.